is a member-led angel group of young professionals investing in technology startups with a focus on supporting young entrepreneurs, so sort of peers investing in peers. I started Empire Angels with a friend from university about 3 years ago. It was a small group of friends who wanted to invest in technology companies and do it in a smarter way than just investing in our friends because we like them and hope that they do well. And we've grown it there to about 45 active angels under the age of 35 and invested about $3 million into 13 companies. I would say our first exit was a pretty great achievement. It was a company called Human Demand. It was a mobile demand side platform for ad tech. But we've also had a lot of really interesting investments that have continued to do exceptionally well. We invested in a great company out of India called Zoomcar. We were the lead for their seed round, invested in a couple of guys who were our age and had the idea to bring the Zipcar model abroad, and they hit the market at just the right time. Sequoia ended up leading their A at the end of last year, so they're doing really well too. I can't think of anything that I really feel like I missed out on. I do wish that I invested in Zoomcar, the India startup, a little bit earlier. I was a little bit less eager in the early rounds, and it turns out that they've done incredibly well. So I wish I had gotten into that company earlier than I did. I don't know if there's a specific company, but in terms of spaces, I think that connected car is going to be a huge opportunity over the next several years. Spain, for example, partly because of the economic crisis, has seen a huge boost in entrepreneurship and also a commitment, I think, from the government. Argentina is another example. A lot of great companies coming out of there. Bitcoin has become sort of a de facto currency within the country, and that's created a lot of opportunity for some interesting startups there. I think that in the United States, the biggest advantage that entrepreneurs have is a culture of working very hard. The biggest perhaps challenge for entrepreneurs abroad who come to the United States and are competing against so many different companies because we have so many startups here. And they really have to be passionate and be willing to put in the hard work over many years to be successful. And sometimes that can be hard if that's not part of the culture that entrepreneur may come from. We're always looking for fantastic teams, entrepreneurs who are incredibly passionate about what they're doing. We're looking for a great market and then a fantastic product. But I would say team is probably the most important thing. I think the biggest advantage is perhaps perspective. I think that foreign entrepreneurs often have a broader sort of scope and world experience. So the problems that maybe they're tackling can actually be much bigger and broader and have more scale to them. Spend some time really thinking about whether moving into the US market makes sense for the product that you're building. Are your customers here? Are your clients here? How important is it that you be physically present here? The other thing would be to try to build up a bit of a network ahead of time, understand the investment sort of culture, and make sure that that's a good fit for you and you feel like you can really compete in the US market before you make that decision. I think New York is particularly great because not everyone here is an entrepreneur. It's a mix of artists and creative people and ad executives and bankers, and there feels like a much more richness. Your customers, your clients are probably part of this great city. I think it's fantastic that Startup Hub New York City is looking to bridge the gap between foreign entrepreneurs and the U.S. ecosystems that they're trying to enter, because it's a huge leap to make wherever you're coming from in the world. And having someone who's there to advocate for you and provide you the right avenues to get a jump start on a potential move to the United States is hugely beneficial to foreign entrepreneurs.